When I first thought of the word diversity, I thought of different ethnic backgrounds, different genders, and different appearances. And when I asked myself, how am I diverse? My response was that I'm a female engineer. That makes me diverse, right? Only 18% of engineers are female. Even so, there must be more to me than just being a female engineer. But what? So I asked myself, what does diversity even mean? This new definition in mind, I began examining some of my pivotal experiences. When I thought back to my early childhood, the first thing that came to mind was Dollhouse. Ever since I was a baby, my favorite toy and activity has been Dollhouse. When I was little, we had an entire room in my house devoted to me and my sister's 3 dollhouses and hundreds of dollhouse people, furniture, and blocks. During the summer, we could become immersed in a game and play all day and then get up the next morning excited to pick up where we left off. But the thing that stuck out about Dollhouse to me was the ability to be creative. We didn't just play house, we also played boarding school, restaurant, library, castle, anything you can think of, we probably played it. We also didn't just use the official dollhouse parts. If we wanted or needed something, we made it. Clothes, blankets, folders, books, plates, and even food. We also did not allow ourselves to be confined to thinking inside our dollhouses. We began making extravagant houses out of blocks or used the dollhouses differently than they were designed. We made the living room into a kitchen and the bathroom into a bedroom by saying our boy was obsessed with toilets. I had a lot of other toys as a kid, and I played with all the other ones too, but the toy I really loved was Dollhouse because it allowed me to be creative. Both of my uncles are engineers, and my mom always talked about how they love to take apart devices or toys like radios and cars, and how they like to build elaborate things out of Legos. And when I considered becoming an engineer, I was worried that because I didn't take things apart or play with Legos, I wasn't cut out to be an engineer. But now I realize that I got my creativity, problem solving, and building skills elsewhere. In second grade, I started Destination Imagination, and I've been doing it ever since. Destination Imagination, or DI, is an organization that gives students challenges to solve on teams by using creativity, engineering, science, and fine arts. Destination Imagination was important to me because it taught me almost everything that I know about building. For instance, that screws are stronger than nails. DI also taught me perseverance. Even in the face of problems and frustrations, I learned to keep going and get our machine working in time for the DI tournament. Throughout most of middle and high school, I was on a team of all girls, and we often did the more technical or engineering-based challenges. Everyone always made a big deal about the fact that we were all girls and doing engineering. Last year, for the first time in years, we did the Fine Arts Challenge instead of the Technical Challenge. Initially, I was disappointed that we wouldn't get to make a car, and therefore we wouldn't get to do as much engineering. But then I realized that almost every part of our solution involved engineering, even if we weren't building a car. We built a mechanical rain dispenser as well as a conveyor belt. Additionally, we made costumes for our characters, which may not sound like engineering, but it was, because we designed all the patterns ourselves. In designing the patterns, we had to be able to visualize how the pieces would go together to form a three-dimensional dress out of one-dimensional fabric. Throughout that challenge, I realized that even if you aren't building a machine or doing something that has the title of engineering, you can still use creativity and innovation to create something, which is essentially engineering. I'm a female engineer, but that is not why I am diverse. I am diverse because of the experiences that I have had. I haven't found engineering or the opportunities to be creative in the same places as everyone else, but that's okay with me because my different experiences make me unique. These experiences have made my mind operate differently than others. On an engineering project, I will look at objects and their purposes differently than my teammates. Just like some people might see a sponge, but I would see a perfect doll bed. I will also know how to create a variety of things, not just rigid structures or machines, but all sorts of things, whether the material be soft, hard, rigid, or otherwise. Diversity is a crucial part of innovation, as it is what brings about change. I'm excited to bring about that change, and I'm excited about increasing my diversity as I experience new things.